Hello and welcome to Train Sim World 3. Today we are on Birmingham Cross City and we're taking the West Midlands Railway Class 323 all the way from Redditch to Birmingham New Street. We are an evening service. It's about 7:30 and we'll be taking it, as I say, taking it all the way to Birmingham New Street from Redditch. So as we see the train depart from Redditch, we'll jump back in the cab. We're on the single section of or single track section at the moment. Next stop will be Alvechurch in just 2.7 miles, so we're cruising along at 30. We've got the safety systems enabled, so that's AWS, DSD and Vigilance. You can see it's a beautiful sort of crisp summer's evening. You see the sun is just starting to go down and we're already starting to speed slightly, so we'll just do a dab of brake. Excellent. So this class 323 is an absolute beauty to drive. I've already driven it numerous times on the channel already, so if you're interested in having a look at those, head over to the channel, check them out, and while you're there, why don't you hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button if you're enjoying this video. You can see we've just went past the 70 miles an hour, so as soon as we clear that, we can feel the power of this 323 as we speed up to our permitted 70 miles an hour. So this is a branch. We'll give you a little view. As you can see, that's the main line that we'll be eventually joining, and then we'll head up to Birmingham New Street. We've got numerous stops along the way, so we've got after Alvechurch, we've got Barnt Green, Longbridge, Northfield, Kings Norton, Bourneville, Selly Oak, University and Five Ways, and then finally Birmingham New Street. So this is quite a very much a stop-in service, and yeah, get a view for where we are in the sort of the countryside. Is beautiful, especially in this sunlight. It's one of, we'll just acknowledge we are now speeding, so we'll just application of brakes there just to slow the speed. So just 1.2 miles. The brakes on this 323 are absolutely excellent, so no need to worry about going a little bit too fast into the station. We've got just over a minute to get there to do a mile, so we should be okay. So there's just the acknowledgement that we'll be going down to 40, so let's start application of brakes. You can see just in step one, it's the brakes are already doing their job. See, we're down to under 40 already. And there's the stop marker. Not a stop marker, beg your pardon, the 40 mile an hour mark. And they've got another 323 coming the opposite way. I think we're going to be just very slightly late coming into Alvechurch. That's okay, we can make that time back up, not a problem. So we'll start applying the brakes. So we'll use the full step 3. You can see that really sort of, I think we're going to be just slightly over, but that's okay. We'll unlock those doors. And we'll see how many passengers get out. Not too many. So we've got quite a, still quite a full train for the passengers. So it's going to be a busy service. And we're ready to go. There is a slight delay with the take-up of power. We are now entering a 25 mile an hour zone, so we'll be careful not to, as I say that, as we start speeding already. And back into single track section, and should be heading up to a 40, so as soon as we clear that, we should, there we go, we'll apply the full power again. We are just a 3-car unit. You can operate services where you've got 2 323s together, which yeah, makes it a nice lengthy unit or lengthy train. So this is uphill, so it's difficult to keep the speed where I just want it. The terrain is up and down. Keeps it interesting to drive. We had AWS there, but we've got the green. Interesting. You can tell this is really an uphill section. We had to apply a bit more power at that point. It's very nice rolling through the countryside here as the sun is setting. I think this is probably for the 15 mile an hour, but I didn't quite see a board for the 15, even though we had the AWS, which is interesting. There must be a sign missing potentially. We've got a single yellow ahead, so we'll just cruise, but we'll be coming into the 15 mile an hour section just ahead anyway, so that's no problem. That's just as we enter Bunt Green, and that's where we join sort of the main line of this branch. So we'll slowly roll in here. I think we're doing okay for time. We've managed to claw some back. It's a very slow section of track this. We'll give you an outside view of this 323. And there's the station just ahead. It's very nice, very... let's just acknowledge that will be for the red signal ahead. So we'll just cruise up to our stop marker. Let's see if we can nail this stop position or stop marker. I think that's pretty... I didn't quite get there in time. I think that was pretty spot on. Let's, as you can see, here's the junction. I do like this station, the fact that you've got it kind of, you know, stationed both sides in between the junction. As I say that, here comes a 323 whizzing by. Off that way, down that way is the Licking Incline towards Bromsgrove. So that is a tricky one to navigate. Certainly going downhill. We've got to wait around just for another minute longer. we should be good. We've now got the signal to continue, so that's not a very well placed display board. You can't see it, but yeah, as I say, we've got the signal to proceed. So just a second, we'll be closing the doors. We'll just acknowledge that, and the offs work as well. That's very cool. Seeing those light up. So we'll start to close the doors now with 10 seconds to go. Oh, let's just give you a view of that. There we go. And I'll tell you what, we'll roll up to here to show us joining the or passing over the junction. We're still under 15 miles an hour, so we can't go too quickly just yet. Here we come. We'll give a bit of horn action. There we go. And should not taking this junction, so we should, yeah, be able to accelerate now up to the line speed, which is a big 90. So we'll go full application of the power. So you can see just ahead we've got a double yellow by the looks of it, which will get the AWS in just a second. So we'll come off power. As we're only doing 60, we won't start applying the brakes yet. Obviously this is a 19 mile an hour. I'm sure in real life you should probably, but I'm trying to keep to time here. So as we continue along, are we going to get... I know I've got it up on the right hand corner, but we'll play it somewhat real to life and not know the next signal is going to be yellow. So we can see ahead now we've got a single yellow, and we'll get the AWS, which we'll acknowledge, and we'll start applying the brakes. Down to 40, because there, I guess this is used for quite high speed running. There's quite a distance between the signals, so we can just roll for a little bit longer. And the brakes on this 323 are that good. We can probably stop quite aggressively if we need to. So can we see the signal just there in the distance? We can. It is a red. So we've got the TPWS grids there. We've got to be careful not to trip those. And then we've got AWS coming up. So we should get that warning in just a second. And there we go. As I said, the signal turns green, of course. We've got another 323 coming in the opposite direction. We will be taking the the set points here. So this is a 30 mile an hour, as we'll be obviously going into Longbridge. So you can see there it's a 30 mile an hour junction. And then we're back up to 70 as we eventually depart from Longbridge. So we are slightly late. That signal, we're going to slightly overshoot there. It's fine, it's fine. We're still well within the platform. And there we go, there's the doors opening. There we go, a few passengers got off. There we go, we'll lock the doors. We're only here for a very short time. So as I say, we're in a 70 mile an hour, so we can pull away quite aggressively. So in step 3 to start with, which will just gain some speed to begin with, and then we'll go into notch 4. Next stop, Northfield, in just a mile. So yeah, these stations are starting to get quite close together. Give a bit of an outside view of this lovely 323. I do like the livery in the orange. It is a very nice looking logo. Okay. What should I say? EMU. Got to be careful here not to pick up too much speed and then I think we need to go full brakes at this point. So we've managed to claw back some time quite considerably there. Yeah, given that we were supposed to arrive at 53 minutes past, we're here just before 50, so yeah, I'm somewhat early, I would say. Which is fine, it's fine. We've made... Oh, not quite perfect. We'll unlock the doors. Let's go for a little wander around what is Northfield, because I think we're going to be sat here for quite some time. Guess this used to be at some point considerably bigger station than it is now. The island platform has obviously been abandoned. We'll just have a little look at our 323. I'll tell you what. Oh, hang on. Let's put you into neutral. Yeah, I know. We'll have a look at the 323. Just give you... this is Redditch. No, it certainly is not. Just give you a view of this 323 and its interior. Oh, can I get through? There we go. It's quite a nice interior. I hate the 3x2 seating. It's the worst thing ever invented. Do you agree with me? If you do, let me know down below. And yeah, this is the 323, and we've made it all the way through the 3 coaches. There's the back. Can we find any collectibles on around Northfield? That sounds like another 323 just entering the station. And I'd be correct. There you go. Just give you a view of that, and then yeah, as I say, we'll have a look to see if there are any collectibles we can get our hands on. Can we go this way? We can. We'll go down the other side. Nice underpass. Excuse me. Coming through. This one's off to Bromsgrove. And it's departing already. So it's not anywhere as near early as I am. let's sprint back to our... no, I don't want to. I don't want to leave the station. Oh my! Oh, I added a map. Apparently, there you go. You can see the map. Shows the network. Would be nice to see more of that added. There's a... We'll add a flower. Right. Let's jump back in here. We've still got plenty of time to go. We'll shut the door to you, rowdy lot. Yes. No, I know. Driver assist telling me off. We're still sat here for some quite time, very little while. It's all good. There's a lot of passengers waiting. Why aren't you not getting on? That's what I would say. We'll be able to depart very shortly, hopefully. And hopefully, well, you can see I'm just trying to kill some time here. See, this is what Birmingham Cross City could do with some more sort of traffic to give it that sense of busyness. I'd imagine there'll be in real life. There would be a lot of traffic in and around Birmingham, certainly this area. So hopefully, this very much gets reused at some point, and we'll be locking the doors and departing. Yeah, more locos added to it, more AI. That's what I'd love to see. Hopefully that comes to fruition. And finally we're departing Northfield after quite a long wait there. Up next is Kings Norton. 1.4 miles, so again, all nice and bunched up now. We're still in the 70-mile-an-hour zone. So as the speed starts to pick up, and that's just acknowledging the fact that we'll be hitting a 40, so probably need to start gently applying some braking action. And we'll apply a bit more now. So this is just before we come into Kings Norton is the 40-mile-an-hour zone, which is fine. We're down to 46. Continue to apply the brakes. There we go. We're down, at least down to 40, which is good. That will put us nicely as we come into the station. So this is where the 4-track running merges, because I believe it splits. Yeah, I believe it splits. We'll have a look at the map in just a second once we've pulled into the station. I think we're slightly over there. Never mind. So as I was saying, let's just look at the... So yeah, as I say, it sort of splits off to this other branch. Not sure where that goes. Someone knows? Or this junction here. It's quite obviously a considerable junction. Let me know. So we'll be here for just a couple more seconds. We'll start locking the doors. And we're straight into a 45-mile-an-hour zone, which is just fine. And away we go. Bourneville next. So as we saw on the map, it is obviously a junction off to the right there. As we go to the left, as we head towards Birmingham New Street. And another 323 is about to pass us. So these next stations come nice, thick and fast. We've got a 60 mile an hour, so as soon as we're past that, we'll give it the full beans again. There we go. We should probably start to slow as we come into Bourneville. We've got plenty of time, so no need to be harsh on the brakes at the moment. So what you'll notice here at Bourneville is the station is, of course, painted in the lovely purple Cadburys. Obviously the factory is very much located in Bourneville. Can we try and get it right this time? I think so. Yeah, we're good. Just cruise forward a little bit. There we go. And we'll unlock the doors. Let's go for a little... So it's quite a narrow station, this. Not much room on the platforms. But as you can see, the lovely purple. There's a... Can we see the... I believe we can see the factory from here, he says. I'm led to believe. I don't know. Is it over there? I would say that probably is the factory. The Bourneville Chocolate Factory. Very cool. Nice to see. So let's lock the doors. We need to be departing. As you can see, we're getting into quite a quick stopping pattern now. So we need to be hot on the timetable to keep to time. Next up, Selly Oak. Again, we haven't got long to get to Selly Oak. Get the sense the sun is very much starting to set now, casting a nice golden shadows on golden light on everything as we go along the canal. And I'm sure that was a cat, if I'd not mistaken, on the side there. If anyone's looking for the cats, the little sort of Easter egg they've inserted cats everywhere. So let's just start applying the brakes. We come into Selly Oak, going over the canal. We'll just cruise along at 30 for the moment. As we come into the station, we probably did a little bit early on the brakes there, but that's okay. I think we're going to be okay for time as well. Feels like quite a nice modern station, this one. Just roll it along a little bit. There's our three car stop mark. And let's unlock the doors. There we go, nice quick. And we're already locking the doors already. So we are literally here for 10-20 seconds before we need to be departing. And there we go. So there we go. Okay, full application of the power. We're going into a 50-mile-an-hour zone. University next, just 0.6 miles. So I don't think we're going to get up, gather too much speed. Another 323 goes by us. You certainly get the feel that we're starting to get into the heart of Birmingham now. Probably needs to start applying the brakes as we are going down quite a gradient. We aren't losing too much speed at the moment. There's the 50 mile an hour, so we're okay for that. That doesn't look very legit, does it? Is that what it's like in real life? I don't think so. I get a sense that's probably not true to life. There we go. We'll be just about spot on there. Pretty good for that stop. Oh, wrong one. Let's get in the camera. And it says we're on time, so this is good going. Give you a view of the display boards. We are sat here for a little bit longer, so that's all right this time. So next up, we have got 5 ways, and finally Birmingham New Street. Passengers don't fancy getting on this one by the looks of it. What's wrong with my driving, eh? Right, we'll be locking the doors very shortly. What we will do is get you a sound of these electric motors, because they are something quite unique to my mind. And there we go. Certainly an interesting sounding train, that's for sure. So we've got a little bit of a run to the next and our penultimate station, which is 5 ways, 1.5 miles. As we continue to run alongside the canal. We are slightly speeding, so let's just sort that out. Get a bit of horn action. We're going to clip through this in just a second. Nah, we'll jump back in the cab. It's very cool running alongside the canal there. And that's to say that we'll be hitting the 40, which is fine. So we'll start applying the brakes now to get down to 40, which we will do in this 323 very easily. There we go. Almost down to 40. There we go. Now we just want to maintain the speed as we come into 5 ways. There's the 40 mile an hour marker board, and I believe the station will be just round the corner here. So we'll just start applying the brakes. There you go, you can see the station. Got another 323. Looks like it's almost ready to depart. This is somewhat downhill, so we do need to be a little bit more aggressive on the brakes. We've got double yellow as well, so we'll get the AWS. Thank you very much. And we are pretty much bang on time. There we go. If you're looking, there's a number of teddy bears dotted around. There's one there. And again, we'll be sat here for just a very, very short while. Next stop and last stop is Birmingham New Street. So we'll be locking the doors in just a wee while. There we go. 10 seconds to go. Quite like the fact that this station is a little bit sunken down into the ground. It's very cool. So we can't go too fast because the approach to Birmingham New Street is very slow. So while we're in a 40 at the moment, we'll need to be slowing down for the 20 very shortly. Probably start applying the brakes ever so gently now. I think it gets down to 10 as we really do come into the throat of Birmingham New Street. Just roll along from it. It's still got 200 odd yards to the... We've got a single yellow as well. And we've got indication we're going into platform number 6, and there's the 20. And then the 10 will be coming up very, very shortly. You see it just in the distance there. Roll a little bit further for now, and then we'll... You can see we're going to lose AWS as well. There's 10. See us... oh, what the hell happened there? And as you can see, we approach Birmingham New Street. So it's continued to be my one criticism that Birmingham New Street as a station is a ghost town. Apart from a couple of 323s, so it's quite sad to see that it's not being used to its full potential quite yet. I sincerely hope Dovedale Games listens to the feedback and sort of gets on top of that, because, you know, for a major hub, and I think the biggest hub outside of London to be this dead is yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Nonetheless, though, actually, as a, I guess as a model station, it feels, you know, very good actually. So could be better, but great. Yeah, I think they've modelled it pretty well. There's our stop marker along with a red light, so be careful not to run past that. I think we're going to be just fine, and we're about a minute early, so pretty good. Let's give you a view of Birmingham New Street with our class 323. I wish it would stop clipping. Ah, there we go. We've unloaded all the passengers. Lock the doors. Yes, okay, there we go. And that concludes our run. Hopefully, if I've locked the doors, yeah. And we'll see what medal. Hopefully it's a gold, he says. We have locked the doors, haven't we? Yeah. I think this is just being slow. Come on. I expect it's going to wait to 12 minutes past, isn't it? Because we were early. There we go. And would it be the gold? Of course it is. Lovely. If you've enjoyed this one, as I say, hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button if you're new here. So until the next one, bye bye for now.